Welcome back, this is Spiffy Stories number 3. You guys are giving me a ton of support and I thank you all for it. Get yourself a cup of tea and a lot of snacks and we'll begin this amazing shotgun episode. This is a special edition one, there'll be 2 stories in this. Anyway, enjoy yourselves and I'll see you in my shack.
Welcome to my wonderful, handsome shack. That's that you've arrived just in time for a story before my friend gets here to pick me up and take me to the most wonderful, ecstatic, spiffing, and exquisite place of all time. But until then, sit down so I can begin telling you about the shattering. You see, when I was a young buffoon and a spiffling, I went to my Grammy's every turbulent Tuesday when the weather was extremely bonkers, and Jeremy, the local autistic pigeon, was feeling hungry for the flesh of man. At the time, I had only just finished devouring the most opulent, glorious spaghetti and meatballs of all time, as it invigorated my senses and filled me with immense joy. However, due to my extremely nice and totally not clinically insane grandma, cough, she offered me a treat, and feeling utterly zonked and taken aback by this, I deviously approached the kitchen door, whilst hearing the most demonic echoes of a certain pigeon hollow through the now barren and wastelandish streets. When I reached for the sweets, confined within a hazer container, I pondered to myself, well, after all, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I have an extra sweet? But with avarice, I dug my grapplers into the jar with a deep rustling, pulling out with an inquisitive and mischievous intent. My plan provided to have a fatal flaw, however, as the lid ricocheted and dispersed into atoms on the floor. My voice reverberated through the house with an immense sense of terror and confusion, as I was filled head to toe with unceasing disquietude. Grandma, I think I may have turned your lid to dust. Distilled with her own questions, I heard the palm of her frontal lobe as her fist slammed into it, and she embarrassed me in front of my family. Wait a minute. Thanks for listening to my dreadful story. Wait, do I hear a Wankel rotary engine revving outside my door? I better go check who it is. Wait a minute. Is that a Losius I see before me in his RX-7FC open to my hands? Yo, my boy! I have a guest with us for our delicious meal.
Whoa! If it isn't my busy mate, Spiffster! How you been, lad?
Feeling good. This is the humble viewer.
How you doing there, mate? I'm Aloysius, your humble driver. I'll assume you'll be joining us for dinner then. Alright then, I'll take that as a yes. Go on, Spiffster, viewer. We're gonna make it before it closes.
I need this food before my tea withdrawals kick in.
Oh, you sure as hell do, mate.
Do you have a tale for me and the viewer as entertainment for our journey? After all, we're in the Scottish Hills, so it's going to be taking a while for us to get there.
Well. You see, I was unfortunate enough to run into a dilemma recently. That's the kind of story you're looking for, lad.
How did it happen?
Well, if I so recall... It was a while back, and I was on a history field trip to a museum of medicine and medical practice throughout time. It was a very nice museum, and I might add it was also very badly ventilated. This will make sense later, trust me, mate. I was partaking in a lecture on the medical uses of carbolic acid, which was an early antibacterial spray used to keep patients' wounds clean during an early invasive surgery. This was a major breakthrough in medical science, and I was utterly invested in this lecture. But then, with not a moment of warning, I fell off. My back couldn't find a comfortable position on the seat I was in, and I was having trouble focusing on what the lady was saying. Then, with but a moment of solstice and a flicker of my consciousness, my vision began to flatten, my voice became obsolete, I couldn't talk, I couldn't see, and I couldn't ask for help. In my mind I was shouting, "Please, Mr. Charlie John Pashley, save me from this endeavour!" as he was the closest teacher to me at the time. Then, what felt like mere seconds later, I awoke, feeling utterly discombobulated, disoriented, confused, flabbergasted, entangled, and exasperated. And I remember thinking about one thing, and one thing only, when I woke up. Why the hell am I laid on a hardwood floor, being stared at by a woman in 1860s medical garments? Turns out, I fainted due to exhaustion and overheating, which was primarily caused to my lack of food that day, and also the terrible ventilation I mentioned earlier. Anyway, yeah, so that was fun. How about you, viewer? I never heard you tell one of your stories, and I'd love to hear any comments about a funny time in your life. Anyway, here we are.
Mackies, yay, finally.
Oh no, boy. I have brought us to KFC.
No! You utter poop slayer!
And then you say,
I can't believe that you didn't take us to Mackey's. This is a disgrace to our kind. And what makes it even worse, that my viewers, only like a couple of them are subscribed to me.
what? How dare you not subscribe to him? I suggest that you do it right away, viewer. Or I will hide. Anyway.
Bye. Bye.
We're going. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
See you later.